Hello guys, can you hear me okay? All right, I'm just gonna keep it short today because I was initially not going to make it because I was out of town, but I ended up coming home early, so I thought I'll tune in. Wow, I don't look very nice. I was in the car for a couple hours. So uh, I was just gonna tune in and just keep it short and just say happy 4th to everybody. So I'm gonna do first 10 minutes in English and then the other 10 minutes in Korean. I literally just walked in the front door. So let me just do a really quick Korean announcement. We'll start. 안녕하세요. 명품스윙 조프로입니다. 오늘은 사실 못 들어올 뻔했는데 그래도 간신히 시간을 맞춰서 집에 올 수 있어가지고 잠깐 들어왔습니다. 그럼 10분 정도 영어로 하고 바로 한번 시작할게요. Alright, how was your weekend? It feels like a weekend because tomorrow is 4th of July, the biggest like holiday, I guess, one of the biggest in the States. So a lot of people are taking today off, some are working. I was initially going to work and then decided to just do like a staycation. So just got back a little bit, you know, busy because I was in Palm Springs. It was beautiful out there. The only thing was I went up to 110. So I think even though I drank like 4 liters of water, I think I'm dehydrated. Yes, so it was really nice to get away and I haven't been to Palm Springs in a long time. Uh, um, so it was nice to spend some time there and then 4th of July. So anybody gonna go watch some fireworks? Blue Jay, Rickie Fowler is playing some fantastic golf as of late. Yes, he won. He was in a playoff, right? I was very, very happy for him. And they said something like it was his first time winning in 4 years. I thought it was a lot longer. It just felt a lot longer. So he won in 2019 and then he was like one of the top players in 2017. But it seems like at least a decade or two ago. I don't know why it feels that way because a lot has happened in golf during those times, the past like 5 years. But yeah, it just seems like he's been out of the loop for a long time, but 4 years, it's really not that long. So just really happy to see him come back. We talked about this before, you know, egg first or chicken first, it doesn't really matter. You know, live happened, so all the, some top players with personalities went over to live. So, he took that as an opportunity to kind of do well in smaller tournaments when there was really not no, a lot of players so he climbed up top and he was doing okay. And then that probably gave him like confidence booster. And then like US Open, he did really well and he ended up winning. So, whether it was because there was not that great of players in the field that helped him to finish well and then gave him boost to win, or vice versa, he was climbing his way up. So it had nothing to do with live. He did well in smaller events and then he came back up. I don't know, but doesn't really matter. He's still a great player and really good to see him up there. So, hi Paul 55, Mel, aloha, Amy. Oops. Yay, Ricky, finally, I know, right? R&R, the match he played against Rick Shields reinvigorated him. Probably, I remember watching that. It was really nice to see him. Ricky, Paul 55, Ricky was on Good Video about 6 months ago and saying he was feeling great. That's really good. But you know what? Whenever I talk to tour pros, most of them are always saying, "Oh, my game feels great." Literally, most of them, even though they're missing cuts left or right, they're like, "Oh, my game's great. It's in great shape." I don't know why. It's like their thing. Or maybe it does always feel good. It's just maybe a couple mistakes that let him down and missed the cut. But yeah, I've heard that a lot. Um, and also we talked about how when Ricky Fowler plays well because he's in so many like golf TV commercials, he feels like a celebrity to us. So whenever he plays well, it feels like a celebrity doing well in a on a tour pro tournaments, which is really cool. That's what it like really literally feels like because he's been on TV commercials when he was not doing well for a couple years. What Toro's Armin, what do you think of Bernard Langer as PGA performance playing within himself, making golf shots? Man, did you see the US Senior Open? I don't understand how he dominates Senior Tour that long of a stretch. He just literally wins, feels like he wins everything. And it's been how many years? And he wasn't like a dominant player on the PGA Tour. He was one of the top, but once, he hit senior tour, he started winning everything. I think when I watch the senior players, a lot of them are retired. They're out there, they're enjoying, they're practicing, they're focusing. But for Bernard, it looks like he's like super zoned in, as if he's like playing on the PGA Tour during his prime. Like the focus level feels so different. Like the eyes, like the fire coming out of his eyes. It's like he's zoned in. So I think he takes it really seriously. He's like fully committed. I think it's his personality. Would love to have a chance to like interview him and really talk about his career because it's an amazing one. Mel, positive self-talk. Yes, that always helps for golf or for in life general, right? Hello, A, my pets away life. How are you? Mel, I usually watch Champions Tour. Yes, they are, I've whenever I practiced in Orlando, when I used to compete, I met a lot of Champions Tour guys. And dude, they are just on another level. They're really good. They'll literally just kind of like stroll out to the, you know, practice range as if it's just part of their daily routine, kind of like taking a stroll or something. And they'll be like, "Hey, Amy, come on over. Let's go putt." And then they'll whip my butt because they're so good. They're like not even focusing. They're talking and they're making like these long putts and everything. I'm like, how do you do that? You're not even focusing and you're making everything. He's like, if you do this for as long as I have, trust me, you can do that too, is what Andy Bean said one time. And they're all really good. It's crazy how good they are on Champions Tour. I know they don't hit it as long as the guys on PGA Tour because they're a lot older, but the level of play, like short game and course management and the mental game is amazing. Anyways, Rogerio Bernardo Tiger Woods. I love that. Hi, I'm Brazilian. I love videos. Thank you so much. So you speak Portuguese? I have a friend who was born in Brazil. We're hanging out the other day. I think he speaks Portuguese and Spanish. I'll ask. Bernard said that as he aged, he made changes to adjust his swing for his body changes. Yes, exactly. Because, athletes start losing flexibility in their early 20s, and you just can't swing the same as when you did when you're a teenager. Same for me. I hurt my back several times, and finally, I learned to change my swing according to my physical limitations. So that's totally important. Zombie Hunter, hey Amy, how's things? Hey, how's it going? You know what? I just spoke to a friend of mine who was in New Zealand and Australia not too long ago, and she said Auckland was a lot warmer than Sydney. She couldn't believe the temperature difference. So I was talking about Zombie Hunter actually. I told her how one of the Aussies mentioned how cold it is over there, and I didn't believe him. And then Jeannie was like, "Yeah, you should believe it because it was freezing." She couldn't believe how much colder it was in Sydney compared to Auckland. So yes, I won't make fun of you anymore. I was just kidding, anyways. Because it is still winter, and I didn't realize it gets that cold over there. Is it unusual to be that cold? Let me know. Mel, so he can continue to play well. And it's working. Dude, I think it's just his focus and the fire. And I think it's just like his nature to like give 150% on everything he does. I really bet it's his personality. James Anthony, I think that ladder is stalking you that sneaks into so many videos. Really? Was it in the other videos? Oh, they're like usually standing over there, but it's a huge ladder. I just can't move it. And my wrist isn't that great. I was over at a friend's place. Was it last night? No, night before, because last night I was in Springs. Night before. I'm actually gonna be interviewing him on Wednesday because I'm doing like senior series, physical limitation series soon. And he looks after a lot of seniors. And I was like, I'm getting treatments on my wrist, it's not getting better. And then he pointed out that I had knots here, and then he had like the Theragun, and he worked on it for me and hurt like oh, had like a lot of knots. Now I can understand that I have to work on this, and then my wrist is feeling better. Amazing, like magic. Mel, Champions Tour is my second favorite tour next to LPGA. I don't blame you. It is fun to watch him play. Hey, and he sounds like Rickie returning to his former golf coach. Butch Harmon has been key to him finding his form again in 2023. What do you think? It is about Harmon that gets him such good results. You know what? When it comes to coaches, it's all about how you work with each other, the communication, the choice of wordings, and understanding of the player, the coach, the different theories you believe in. So it's really hard to find a good coach. Good coaches aren't always like the best coaches in the world. A good coach is someone that works great with that particular player. So if Harmon works well with Rickie, good for him. A lot of golfers don't work all that well with Harmon, but if it works for Rickie, that's the best coach for him. Oh, it's so hot out here. I can't breathe. Okay, I'm just gonna read down to Paul 55 and then go over to Korean. I'm so sorry because I tuned in late and it's like almost 100 degrees out here. So I gotta turn that fan on, but I don't know how. Okay, Joe, how did you like Fowler huh? Flower hole at Senior Open? I don't remember that one. I didn't watch like the whole entire weekend. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? You're very fun and entertaining, a great golf coach. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Taurus Harmon. I appreciate it. Zombie Hunter, thanks for reminding me how cold it is. I do that to you every week. I'm sorry. But I'm just curious if it's unusual or if it's like a normal thing. Adrian K, I heard that Morikawa has changed his putting stroke, incorporating a longer backstroke with shorter follow through. Will this be a magic bullet recipe that gets him to reach his high potential? Normally, tour pros tend to have 1-to-1 ratio putting stroke because that really helps them to adjust really quickly on faster greens. So if he's going bigger backswing, shorter follow through, he might have had longer follow through than the coach wanted him to have. If you have longer follow through, it's really hard to adjust your club head speed at impact with that putter, especially on fast greens. So I can totally see why he's going to longer backswing, shorter follow through. It'll help him dramatically. Trust me. Um, your thoughts on Aries speed? Thoughts on US Open at Pebble Beach? The speed predictions. How many times have you played Pebble Beach? I've never been to. I was actually initially gonna go up there because a friend of mine is in town. She used to live in San Francisco. She moved to Korea for a couple of years and then she's back in town. So I was gonna go up, see her, and go to Pebble Beach, but that drive, man. I mean, and also next weekend I've committed to something else. So just decided to skip Pebble Beach. But yeah, let me know your predictions. I think Lydia Ko is going to do well because she spends a lot of time over there. Even though Michelle, we live there, I don't think her performance is going to be up to par to do anything over there. Who else? I don't really remember girls playing Pebble Beach. Have they played there before in the tournament? No, right? So I don't know. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on who wins the US Open. I'll give a couple options. Which names do you want me to throw up there in the poll? Let me know. There's something like 50,000 flowers planted on the way to hole 14. Wow. Wait. I hope so, Adrian. He's a great player. Yes, Morikawa. I'd love to see him do really well. It's a bit normal. It is normal cold. Okay. Do you see yourself competing again? No, with my back conditions, I really can't play more than one round in a row. So, you know what I mean. Inji Chan, yes, yes, I saw a big thing on her KPMG thing, and she's just really beautiful. She's the nicest, one of the nicest girls out there. So it was really nice to see this special clip on her. I was watching on Golf Channel. But anyways, I gotta switch over to Korean. Thank you so much for tuning in, even though it was 15 minutes later. I really appreciate it. I want Angie to play better. Yes, definitely. First time at Pebble Beach for a Women's Open. Yeah, right? I don't think I remember girls playing there ever. So yeah, let's do a poll. I'm gonna do that. Anyways, if you guys are in the States, happy 4th. And then if you are overseas, still have a beautiful day, beautiful week. I'll see you this Wednesday. We still have the mental series. What good golfers do this series. Going to be wrapping it up with some Q&As. So please look forward to that. Monday, I'll be tuning in again. We'll talk about Pebble Beach and the US Open. So have a beautiful week. 안녕하세요. 명품스윙 이주 프로입니다. 오늘은 제가 팜스프링스 갔다가 지금 막 도착을 한 거라 가지고 좀 늦게 시작을 했고요. 좀 짧게 하려고 노력을 합니다. Christine ace questions in mental series. Thank you, Mel. I'll tell her. Have safe 4th. Thank you, James. You too. Thanks for the stream, Aimee. See you later. Thank you so much for tuning in, Paul55 and everyone else. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hitting that like button as well. Okay, 한번 진짜 시작할게요. 이제 미국에 사시는 분들은 인디펜던스 데이죠. 4th of July, 인디펜던스 데이면 광복절인가요? 그죠? 아닌가? 그쵸? 알려주세요. 한국은 날씨가 어떠신가요? 지금 여기 거의 100도라 가지고 너무 더워가지고 숨이 안 쉬어져요. 그래도 한국보다는 습도가 적습니다. 저 팜스프링스를 다녀왔는데요. 4th of July는 빨간 날인데 화요일이에요. 그래가지고 오늘은 월요일인데 그래서 아니에요. 그래서 월요일 날 오늘 이제 휴가를 내신 분들이 많더라고요. 그렇게 되면 토, 일, 월, 화 이렇게 4일을 연달으시니까 진짜 롱 위켄드가 되는 거예요. 그래가지고 오늘 쉬시는 분들이 많더라고요. 그래서 저도 갑자기 어제 그냥 팜스프링스를 다녀왔는데 팜스프링스는 110도여갖고 숨이 안 쉬어지더라고요. 그래서 저녁에는 그래도 not bad이었고 오늘은 이렇게 올라오는 여기 LA로 돌아오는데도 에어컨을 틀고 있는데 막 지치는 거예요. 너무 더워서. 그래도 여기도 덥네요. 오케이. 독립기념일 맞네요. 드드님 감사합니다. 릴리님 안녕하세요. 조프로님 반가 잘 지내셨나요? 안 그래도 이틀 전에 닥터림 집들이 하셔가지고 다녀왔어요. 그래갖고 애기들도 보고 그리고 또 수요일날 제가 닥터림 인터뷰하거든요. 이제 시니어 시리즈를 시작해요. 약간 신체적 제한된 분들을 위한 시리즈를 이렇게 준비를 하는데 그래서 의사 선생님 두 분을 인터뷰를 하는데 그 중에 한 분이 이제 닥터림이에요. 닥터림은 노년내과 전문의이시고 조금 연세 있으신 분들의 근력 건강에 대해서 되게 집중을 많이 하시는 분이라서 너무 좋은 그런 인터뷰가 될 것 같아요. 그래서 토요일이었나요? 일요일이었나요? 토요일이었죠. 토요일 날 잠깐 이제 식사하면서 그거에 대해서 좀 막 토론을 했는데 좀 인터뷰가 잘 나왔으면 좋겠습니다. 그래서 시니어 시리즈 이제 곧 또 이제 시작할 거니까요. 많이 기대해 주시고요. 폴라리스 2님, 에이미 프로님 보기만 해도 그냥 기분이 좋아요. 감사합니다. 다들 주말에 골프 치셨나요? 다들 계신 곳 날씨는 어떠신가요? 미국은 이제 추운 겨울에서 갑자기 한여름이 돼버려가지고요. 저는 너무 좋습니다. 내일이 독립기념일이라서 내일이 화요일인데 오늘 완전히 휴일 같은 느낌이고요. 그리고 제가 팜스프링에서 이제 막 도착했고 약간 해롱해롱 해가지고요. 오늘 짧게 하려고 잠깐 그래도 들어왔어요. 그래서 아까 영어 어나운스먼트 할 때 얘기를 했는데요. 이제 페블비치에서 US 우먼스 오픈이 이번 주말이잖아요. 그래서 누가 우승을 할 것 같은지 이제 예상을 하는 폴을 제가 제 채널에 올릴까 해요. 그래서 여러분들은 누가 이길 것으로 예상하시나요? 알려주세요. 폴을 한 5개 보기밖에 제가 못 올리는 걸로 알고 있거든요. 그러니까 5명의 선수들 제가 좀 이렇게 잘 추려가지고 한번 올려보겠습니다. 그리고 리디아 코가 그래도 좀 선전하지 않을까 생각은 해요. 왜냐면 그쪽에서 시간을 많이 보내는 걸로 알고 있고요. 또 페블비치 생각을 해보니까 여자들이 투어 시합을 거기에서 한 번도 한 적이 없는 것 같아요. 그래서 누가 페블비치 코스에서 강한지는 아직 아무도 모르는 것 같아요. 바람 강한 데서 잘 치는 사람이 잘할 것 같은데 또 링스는 아니에요. 그쵸? 그렇기 때문에 또 완전 영국 리저트를 볼 수도 없어요. 왜냐면 미국 골프는 약간 다 띄워서 쳐야 되는 건데 근데 바람이 많이 불어요. 그러니까 약간 팔로스 버디스나 뭐 샌디에고 이런 데서 잘 치는 선수들이 거기서 좀 더 잘 칠까? 약간 이런 생각이 들어요. 그래서 약간 그런 거 반영해서 볼게요. 리디아 코 선수가 사실 북가주에서 열린 시합도 우승을 하고 그랬기 때문에 좀 남가주에서는 실력이 뭐 잘 안 나와서 조금 남가주랑 잘 안 맞는다 이런 말씀을 좀 리디하고 어머니께서 하신 적이 있으신데 북가주는 그래도 잘 맞지 않나라고 생각이 들어서 우승 후보를 저희 투표를 통해서 좀 뽑아보도록 하겠습니다. 그래서 원래는 가려고 했는데 못 가게 됐고요. 음, TV로 볼 예정입니다. 여기 LACC에서도 US 오픈, 뭐 여기 LACC도 구경 갈 겸 가긴 했는데 거기 가서도 역시나 TV로 보는 게 편하더라고요. 왜냐면 공 날아가는 거 다 보이고 선수들 더 가까이서 보이고 한 번은 이렇게 실물로 지나가는 거 봤으니까 그 다음에는 스크린으로 봐도 뭐 실물로 보는 건지 헷갈리기도 하고 여튼 그래서 TV로 보는 게 편하잖아요. 모든 스포츠가 그렇지 않나요? TV로 보는 게 편하긴 편하죠. 근데 조금 더 실제로 가서 보면 조금 더 익사이팅하긴 하죠. 그래서 이번 한 주 여러분들 뭐 하시나요? 한국도 지금 여름 휴가라서 많이 바쁘시겠어요. 여행도 많이 다니시고 또 날씨가 한국은 많이 습지죠? 그래도 골프를 많이 치시나요? 장마 시작이라고 제가 어디서 본 것 같은데. 음, 네. 릴리님, 와우, 기대됩니다. 두 분의 환상적인 케미. 감사합니다. 닥터님께서 진짜 나이스하세요. 진짜 성격이 좋으세요. 진짜 착하세요. 그래가지고, 그리고 또 이제, 널리지가, 이런, 뭐라 그러죠? 진짜, 그, 지식이 많으시잖아요. Of course, 닥터시니까 의학적인 지식도 많으시지만, 약간 그런, 뭐라 그러죠? 재활에 대한 지식이 많으세요. 아무래도 연세 좀 있으신 분들하고 일을 많이 하니까 이 재활에 대한 관심도도 높고 하다 보니까 골프랑 정말 직접적으로 연결이 잘 돼요. 그리고 설명도 굉장히 잘해주시고 유튜브를 하시니까 당연히 온스크린에서 말씀하시는 건 장난 아니죠. 온스크린에 비춰지지 않는 우리 의사 선생님의 모습은 약간 이 크리에이티비티가 굉장하세요. 약간 아티스틱한 그런 약간 미술 쪽으로 뛰어나시기 때문에 그런 거 보면 진짜 저런 미술적 감각이나 이런 상상력 이런 건 진짜 타고나는 것 같아요, 여러분. 그쵸? 네. LA 날씨도 그렇군요. 한국 날씨도 최악입니다. 그렇죠. 또 한국은 이제 장마면 비 계속 오고 많이 오고 그죠? 그리고 되게 많이 덥고. 오케이. 그러면요. 혹시 제가 이제 시니어 시리즈를 하는데 궁금한 거 있으시면 골프에 대해서 아니면 인주리에 대해서 궁금한 거 있으시면 알려주세요. 제가 인터뷰한 두 의사 선생님들께 이제 그 전문 지식을 제가 또 물어보고 답변을 해드리는 시간도 갖도록 하겠습니다. 그러면 오늘은 좀 짧게, 아쉽지만 좀 짧게 하고 이번 주 수요일은 실존 고수 시리즈죠. 멘탈 시리즈 마지막 편인 것 같아요. 가 나갈 예정이고, 이제 다음 주 월요일은 여자 US 오픈 페빌비치에서 어땠는지 같이 얘기 나누는 시간 갖도록 하면 너무 좋을 것 같습니다. 좋은, 좋은 하루 되시고요. 막 얼굴이 많이 타셨네요. 섹시미가 펄펄. 여기, 제가 좀 타긴 탔어요. 그걸 딱 알아봐 주시네요. 감사합니다. 최고, 최고. 어, 그래서 수요일 날 뵙고 월요일 날 또 라이브 스트림 때 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 만약에 취소하면 너무 아쉬울 것 같아갖고 제가 꾸역꾸역 들어온 거라서요. 다들 들어와 주셔서 너무 감사합니다. 그럼 좋은 한 주 되시고요. 좋은 하루 되시고요. 또 수요일 날 뵐게요. 감사합니다.